Ahead of next month's general election, European Union will be sending 90 election observers to Nigeria. Head of European Union Election Observation Mission to Nigeria, Santiago Ayala, made this known to journalists in Abuja after a closed-door meeting with APC presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja. EU chief observers spelled out their roles in the forthcoming election.
European electoral mission is a big mission. It's a mission that starts in November and it will be in place until mid-April. Then it's not only the problem what happens on the electoral day, it's what happened during all the big space of time, how the primaries has been done, how is respected the law, how respected, I will say, the propaganda, the media, and also afterwards any possible claim after elections. And that is our role, not just to follow up the day of election.
Due to security challenge in the northeastern part of the country, Santiago said EU observers will not extend their service to the area.
And for the northeast, of course, we can't be there for security reasons, obvious security reasons. But anyhow, we have people deployed very close to the northeast, and we have contacts there on this area, and then we try to have the better information as we can have on the northeast. But the present situation don't allow us to go to the northeast.
Meanwhile, APC presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari has commended European Union for their role in the forthcoming election.
They are very experienced people. They are qualified to come for this supervision. And as you observe, they cannot cover all the 120 or 150,000 polling units, but they have placed people in strategic places to advise them. Thank you very much.
In Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting. A handful of concerned youths stormed the national headquarters of All Progressive Congress in Abuja to protest against the alleged plan to postpone next month's general elections. Spokespersons of the protesting youth, Zainab Buba Galadima, said the youth of Nigeria are ready for February 14-15 presidential election.
We decided to come and say we want elections to hold. We want them to stand for us for elections to hold because we cannot afford not to have elections on February 14, 2015. And also the most important part, we want INEC to distribute our PVCs because a lot of us have registered. We have temporary voters cards, but we don't have PVCs. And we need our PVCs. When they were doing the registration, they had about 200 people per ward registering people, but now all of a sudden there are only 2 people distributing. So when 500 people go in a day, they hardly make 50 or 100. So we want them to get more staff to distribute those PVCs so that we will be able to vote on February 14th. Because I don't think there is anywhere in the Constitution that says, elections mustn't hold because handover day is May 29th.
In a related development, APC Deputy Women Leader Tina Adike said any attempt to postpone the next month election will attract protests from women folk across the country.
Our message, like the incoming First Lady has said to all the women, is that we should not be insulting. We should campaign mildly. We should show the best. We should mobilize women. We should mobilize to our booths. We should behave and show what APC women is.
People are calling for the postponement of the election.
It is not possible, and we will not succumb to that. Why we will never succumb to that is that we want a change in the country, and the change is fast coming. If they don't, what happened in 1929 with the women will happen. Abarayot women. What happened then will happen again in Nigeria. So they better decide not to, touch us this time around.
Also speaking, Senator Gbenga Ashafa of Lagos State insisted that INEC must keep to the timetable of the election.
Our party is totally against the change of dates as being speculated by some agents of the PDP. We know that they are afraid of these coming elections. The people have made up their mind. They've resolved that these elections will hold by the special grace of God, and the dates of 14th February and 28th February shall, by the special grace of Almighty God, be the dates that they are going to change Nigeria in the positive direction at the center.
From Abuja, Muyiwa Bamidele reporting.
The Inspector General of Police, Suleiman Abba, has expressed worries over the spate of political thuggery that is characterizing this period as the nation prepares for the general elections. Speaking through the first public relations officer, CP Emmanuel Ojukwu, in a press conference in Abuja, the IGP said that despite several warnings to political actors and their allies, there have been reports of untoward activities in political campaigns and meetings.
The IGP notes that it is particularly worrisome that of recent, thugs and miscreants have been employed by some political parties to disrupt and truncate the political campaigns of their opponents. In some instances, stones and missiles have been hurled at the nation's highly respected citizens and leaders. Abusive and demeaning words, and in some instances, offensive vituperations bordering on the macabre have been hurled at opponents. We have also received disturbing reports of the putting down and defacing of campaign posters.
The IGP, who said that most of these actions violate the provision of Section 227 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, noted that these hate speeches and conduct definitely do not speak well of maturity of aspiring leaders.
For the avoidance of doubt, the Nigerian police will apply the full weight of the law on any political actor, sponsor, associate, or full soldier who resorts to hate speech or the use of violence to advance his or her political agenda. The unity, peace, and orderly progress of this nation cannot be mortgaged to suit or oil the ambitions of a few. Consequently, the Inspector General of Police has directed all zonal AIGs and command commissioners of police to thoroughly investigate all acts by political actors, their sponsors, and agents that contravene the provisions of the laws enumerated above and bring them to book. Let it be restated that the law is not a respecter of persons.
He therefore urged Nigerians to go about their normal day-to-day activities without any fear. From Abuja, I am Festus Ejirog Enefifen for Ben Television.
Secretary General World Customs Organization, Kunio Mikruya, has urged border agencies to work together for the common good despite varying regulatory mandates, as coordinated border management results in better service delivery and strengthened connectivity between all border stakeholders. Kunio made this known in a goodwill message read by the Assistant Controller General of Customs, Dr. Patience Ifere, at the 2015 International Customs Day held in Abuja. He said Customs Administration have long supported the notion that applying the principle of coordinated border management will enable the multiple public service functions undertaken at border to be delivered more successfully leading in turn to an improved investment climate, an enhanced trading environment, and increased economic growth.
The WCO Single Window Compendium provides guidance to customs on the policy, legal, and technological elements of such systems, while version 3.0 of the WCO data model covers the data requirements for a single window environment, not only for customs, but also for other agencies, government agencies.
In his remarks, Controller General, Nigerian Customs Service, Diko Abdullahi, used the occasion to appreciate all Nigerian customs stakeholders and also solicit for further cooperation as the service moves gradually towards the attainment of a full coordinated border management.
As it is in the tradition of the World Customs Organization, ICD is providing us yet another platform to connect with our stakeholders. The year 2015 coincides with the milestone anniversary of Pre-Arrival Assessment Report, PAR. In its conception and implementation, Pre-Arrival Assessment Report represents a bold statement in forging an all-inclusive approach to stakeholders management.
Some stakeholders who spoke at the event pledged to continue to collaborate with the service on joint border patrol to ensure that the nation's borders were effectively managed and create enabling environments for investment to thrive in the country.
We have been talking with the NC, the Nigerian Customs, on how to partner with this. We are happy that the CG has gratefully allowed and invited us to be part of the Nigerian Trade Portal. This ITC infrastructure will share the interface with all our exporters. That will create a fast track for export, leading to what we want to achieve, seamless exports.
We believe the enhanced training will be able to position the personnel of service to carry out their constitutional responsibilities more effectively and efficiently. On this note, I want to, on behalf of the Chief of Army Staff, the Provost Marshal Nigerian Army,
some personnel of the Nigerian Customs Service and stakeholders who distinguished themselves in 2014 also received an award.
With the team Coordinated Border Management, an inclusive approach for connecting stakeholders, which entails the coordination of practices that customs have implemented within their administrations with other custom authorities and with government agencies also operating at borders, as well as the economic operators involved in cross-border trades. From the Customs Office in Abuja, LM Chukwemeka report for Ben TV.
The wife of APC presidential candidate Aisha Buhari has charged the women wings of the party to mobilize women in the country for the success of the party in the forthcoming general election. Aisha Buhari gave this charge at the maiden meeting with the women campaign wings of the party in Abuja.
This meeting will plan campaign activities that will showcase the potentials of the women wing in selling the programs of our great party to the women force. Such efforts include, but not limited to, mobilizing women and creating voters' awareness, particularly in the areas of registration, collection of PVCs, identifying the party logos, and how to cast their votes. Many people are just carried away by chanting Nigeria Say Buhari. They don't even know the logos, the logo of the party. So we need our women to go around, sensitize about the party logo itself and how to, or where to cast their votes. That is, using your thumbprint in casting your vote so that it may not be like invalid votes.
In her remarks, the wife of the APC presidential candidate running mate Oludapo Oshibanjo called on the women fold across the country to show support for the developmental change in the country.
The level of care that a woman has, we have this privilege now to extend it to the nation. It is time for us to rise up, as we have heard. It is time for us to do more than we have been doing in the past. It is time for us to encourage other women so that all of us can be mothers of Nigeria. And we know what mothers do. Mothers heal, mothers comfort, mothers nurture, mothers provide, mothers sacrifice.
From Abuja, Muyiwa Bamdele reporting.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has said that the Corps is working with relevant agencies, including the Standard Organization of Nigeria, to ensure that commercial vehicles coming into the country are fitted with speed-limiting devices. The Corps Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi stated this while unveiling the Corps' 2015 strategic goals to newsmen in Abuja.
On the issue of the speed-limiting device, the phase 1 implementation is for commercial vehicles, articulated trucks, buses, trailers, tankers, minibuses is for phase 1. We are not talking about the convoys of ministers yet, but it's advisory. And part 2 of what we are looking at is FRAC will work with Standard Organization of Nigeria and the Nigerian Automotive Council to ensure that as from next year, we make sure that vehicles coming, especially commercial vehicles coming into the country, are already fitted with this device. So SON will do the inspection and the specification with their own self-responsibilities.
The Corps Marshal, while enumerating the successes achieved so far by the Corps in the last Yuletide celebration, said 439 road traffic crashes were recorded during the 2014 Ember month, as against 760 in 2013, which represents 42% reduction in road crashes. Consequently, the number of people involved in crashes came down from 5,426 in 2013 to 3,113 in 2014, which represents 43% reduction.
These figures show clearly the level of success we recorded in operations, and we are determined to sustain the tempo of the enforcement this year in our commitment towards attaining safer road environment for all road users in the country. Accordingly, I've directed for the immediate planning for the 2015 end-of-year patrol operations to ensure we surpass the successes recorded in 2014. I'm conscious that we would not have recorded this feat without the collaboration of the motoring public, the press, with majority heeding our safety calls while driving to celebrate the Yuletide with their loved ones.
Charting the way forward for 2015, the Corps Marshal said aggressive public education would be adopted to ensure success.
As part of our commitments towards sustaining the tempo of our operational activities and creating safer environments, the Corps has anchored our 2015 corporate strategic goals on aggressive stakeholders education and road use education, full utilization of the core digital platform and system, improvement in the core legal framework, enhanced regulatory capacity and improved enforcement, rescue and advisory capacity that could reduce the rate of road traffic crashes by 20% and fatality by 30%.
He therefore used the medium to advise Nigerians to always be safety conscious whenever they are using motor vehicles. From Abuja, I am Festus Ejiroge Nefifen for Ben Television.